Hello, I'm Bez, pronounced he, they, and welcome to the Binder Misfit Cards. I'm this average strategy player interested in the more unusual side of the game with all the weird tidbits that have been printed over the years. Let's take a look at one of them today. Alright, now we're going to take a look at a little card with a little bit of a fear. It is Triskaidekaphobia, if my pronunciation is correct here. Hopefully it is. It's a strange specimen with a very interesting effect. Let's give it a look. Triskaidekaphobia is an enchantment that costs 3 generic mana and 1 black mana, with a total mana value of 4. It reads the following. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game, and then each player gains 1 life, or 2. Each player with exactly 13 life loses a game, then each player loses 1 life. It's a very, interesting one. Definitely a standout among the Misfit cards, in my opinion. It has a very specific effect. Not like there are no cards like it at all, though. There are cards that make players lose a specific amount of life, or gain a specific amount of life. There are cards that trigger game losses based on a certain amount of life. But I haven't found a card that's so specific about that life loss other than Triskaidekaphobia. It's either exactly 13, or the game loss is not going to trigger. Building a deck with this one could prove to be a challenge, but let's tackle that challenge head on. Alright, let's lay down the deck rules. And of course, think of this selection not as a definitive deck, but a little sketch of ideas for you to use in your own creations. Luring our Triskaidekaphobia out of our deck is the first step. Cruel Tutor, Grim Tutor, and Imperial Seal can get us our card, and other cards such as Academy Rector, Lightning Tutor, Idyllic Tutor, or Lost Auroromancers could prove useful as well. Next, we should add cards that give or remove life in some way to help us get to our magic number. Cards with X standing for life, Profane Command, or Bond of Agony will be especially useful because they can get us down to exactly the life total we need. We could also use Death Cloud, but that card does quite a bit more than life loss, so use it cautiously. Cards like Extenuate and Debt to the Deathless could also be useful if you're playing Commander wanting to get your life in a hurry, not someone to get the whole table mad at you. May I suggest Fraying Omnipotence? Creatures that trigger when you gain or lose life, such as the Johnny's Primate or Vengeful War Chief, would be great. And since we're going to be playing with our life total, hurting our opponents in the process with cards like Cliffhaven Vampire can't hurt. Finally, adding some cards that prevent opponents from messing with your life total would also be good. I suggest cards that give you hexproof, such as Leyline of Sanctity or Teo the Shield Mage. Well, that's just about it today for Jesus Christ. Triskaidekaphobia? Something like that? Hopefully I'm at least in the ballpark there. What did you think of this card? Have you ever played it? Do you ever pull it from a pack? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like and subscribing. I don't get any money from YouTube for doing this because I don't have subscribers, so that would really help me out. And if you really like it, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/Norbez. You can get early access to my materials, vote on what I'm going to do next, or even get a custom video or blog post if you want one. All the good stuff. Alright, I'm Bez from the Binder Misfit Cards. Now we'll see you next time. Bye. Let's try again. No harm in trying again. Do 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 do.